Right, so hello everybody and welcome to this second plenary session, the scholarly article in 140 characters. Or for those of you who are paying attention, the scholarly article in 140 characters. And the answer is no, by the way, but I'll come on to that later. I'm Leon Heward Mills. I'm the Chief Executive of the Society for Endocrinology, and I'll be chairing what I hope will be an informative and stimulating session this afternoon. And before I hand over to the speakers, I'm just going to say a couple of words initially. In her keynote yesterday, Mary was talking about the three themes over the 3 days of the conference: new, change, and open. And on day two, this session is about change, and in particular how we could adapt to it. And it's been my intention when working with the speakers to try and pull this together to pitch it quite firmly at SMEs, at the smaller and medium-sized organizations within the audience. And I don't make an apology for that, really, because SMEs form the bulk of the membership of ALPSP. And I think that in particular, given the significant change that's echoing through the industry, given the concerns that we've got about how we're going to adapt towards that, and how we're going to work within it to stay in business, there are a lot of issues that I think are quite a concern for some of the organizations that don't have the same sorts of resources that some of the larger organizations do. So the intention is to make this a practical session as far as possible. I do believe, though, that smaller publishers have a great opportunity, and again, I'd refer you to Mary's fascinating stat about organizations and the way that organizations have changed over the last 10, 20 years or so, and that stat about the number of learned society publishers still trading being at 100% compared to, I think it was 8 of the 10 commercial publishers that had been absorbed or changed or whatever over that time. And I should also say that one of the pieces of information that Mary pulled up yesterday was about a pricing issue on a particular economics journal in 1991, and how that particular publisher, which doesn't exist anymore, had perhaps not been thinking about users and not been thinking about how to engage with their users in particular when looking at massive price hikes year by year. And I think it's only fair to say that I was the editor of that journal in 1991. But in defense, I came in the year after those decisions were made, and I can't remember anything. So, but there we are. But it's yeah, things change, things stay the same. A lot of learned society publishers still trading, and which is good. But the pressure that's on us now is to think about collaboration, think about working together, and how we can move forward to ensure that we do continue to trade over the next 10 or 20 years. And that is about collaboration, and that's about adaptability as well. And I think that has to be a key theme. Mark Ware told us yesterday, he talked about mobile being a given. And he also said that mobile development has to become a core competence. And I agree with that absolutely, and I think that the practicality of how to do that as an SME is something that I hope we'll be able to pull out today. So the purpose of this session is to help us to understand the landscape. It's to help us to consider strategies that could help us to deliver, and what we might need to think about as SMEs in particular to build on the core competence that Mark was talking about. And the three speakers that we have this afternoon will cover and develop all of these themes. Matt Ramponi from Stanford University's Highwire Press is going to cover the current landscape from an internal perspective, mine from Highwire's extensive user data. Charlie Rappel from TBI is going to be picking up on this and developing it further to look at how we could use the opportunity that we've got to re-engage with our users. And I use that word advisedly, re-engage, and question whether we engaged in the first place. And Charlie will consider how sort of really deconstructing the article will help us unleash new opportunities. And finally, Tom Redding from BBC Worldwide is going to offer us some trends and perspectives from outside our industry that I think are particularly relevant.